well have been.
Alright. Well, they're just chilling over there now.
I think Aslan must be wondering to himself, exactly how many goons do I need to be able to push past siege tanks? Because the answer's probably pretty high.
Yeah, especially, I mean, there's 5 siege tanks up here. Oh, and the barracks has been moved, so it's actually blocked now, so...
That was a good move on your part.
Yeah, I think Zealots may be able to get through, though, unfortunately. But we'll see. And here come up the first missile turrets, just to take care of any shuttle drops that come along.
Well, Aslan's seen those spider mines now, so if he remembers about them...
Yeah, he probably won't be dropping, although he probably hasn't scouted those top ones yet, so... We'll see. And there's a lot of missile turrets going up. Where is that observer now? It's just here. Oh, that observer's going to be in a bit of trouble if he doesn't move it soon.
Oh dear.
Turrets,
doesn't look like Aslan's been paying much attention.
Oh, they're both going to build at about the same time.
Oh dear. Oh
Bam,
dear.
bam.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's the observer down.
That was some terrible, terrible observer damage.
And these vultures are just doing a bit of a scout around the map now. And chilling down there. Now, this is a classic strat I usually employ, just placing a single mine at each expansion I can. And that way I know as soon as he goes for an expansion, I can move my forces to retaliate.
And if you're lucky, he'll just send probes which won't trigger the mine. He won't even know you scouted him.
Well, yeah, and even if it's placed correctly, I don't believe this one is, it can block the Nexus from even being able to be built until he moves an observer down there, delaying the expansion entirely. And it looks like my vultures have scouted the expansion up here. Now it's going to take them a very long time to kill these pylons.
It is.
Yeah, so they leave it. And just in time, these dragoons are coming in.
Oh, outstanding escape.
Now, does that observer spot the mines? Oh, no, they're cornering in these vultures. Well, this isn't looking good. Coming from all sides.
Where can you run?
Escape with 3 of them. Oh, and they're running in. Oh, but those 2 cannons. Ooh, 2 probes. 3 probes. 3 probes for 3 vultures. It wasn't particularly worthwhile.
No.
But you know that they didn't have really many options left at that point.
No, unfortunately. You really had just goons from every direction there. At this point, Aslan must be thinking to himself, I sure have a lot of dragoons.
Sure does. He also has quite a few zealots now. And does he have zealot legs upgraded? Come on, move those zealots. Let's find out. Oh yeah, those zealots are just so fast. So fast.
Incredible.
So they're going to be able to just rush up to those siege tanks, and it's not going to be a pretty sight.
No.
Now, it's still 2 bases versus 2 bases. This, I guess Aslanlol's got both of his bases fairly saturated, as do I. So we're going to probably be seeing some pretty big battles fairly soon. Oh, and here comes out the siege tank.
What kind of a force did you leave back at base to defend?
So I only have about 2 tanks left behind, but with production coming out, that should be plenty. Now, I'm going to be setting up mines here to protect the tanks against the Zealots, as I try and split up a good spread of tanks so that the Zealots can't just move up to a single clump and destroy them all.
Not quite as spread out as you see in the pro circuit, but still an average spread.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably, these ones will probably hit each other a little bit, but yeah, other than that, it's not bad. And I'm also bringing up some SCVs to drop some missile turrets to protect against shuttle drops. Oh, now here comes the dragoons. And that observer's got those mines spotted.
So Aslan noticed the turret this time.
And he's got a lot of zealots. And ooh, that's a shuttle coming over. We may be seeing a shuttle drop coming up. Let's see what he's going to do. I don't believe he has a Reaver at this point. Although a Reaver wouldn't be particularly good against the spread of siege tanks. Oh, and it looks like he's bringing them up into the shuttle and dropping them there. It appears he doesn't realise there's a ramp just here.
Dear.
So, which is strange because he's walked over this ramp many times. But he's dropping them, and oh, and these vultures are just gonna slaughter these zealots. But oh, here come the zealots in from above.
Oh, there's a second drop.
Oh, and the shuttle's down. But it managed to drop a couple of zealots in that time. Oh! And the sides!
Oh dear.
And that is a lot of blue goo. That is so much blue goo.
That's a terrible blow for the Protoss forces.
And I think I decided to try and push my advantages at this point and maybe try and take control of this expansion that he's building into.
So that was a bold move there with the shuttle. Riding straight over the top of that missile turret and dropping those zealots right in the middle of your siege tank.
Yeah, I think it helped, but it might not have been enough. Now, oh, it looks like I've overextended with these siege tanks, and they're just getting eaten up.
Might have underestimated just how many Dragoons John has built at this point.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And these tanks aren't going to siege fast enough, and those zealots are just going to walk all over them.
And there's your attacking force destroyed.
Yeah, and Aslanlol is taking control of the center of the map, and the game is back in his hands.
With a third base on the way.
Yeah, compared to the Terran only having 2, so it's a bit slow.
He's in a commanding position.
Sure is. Especially in a Terran versus Protoss matchup, generally the Terran should be up at base to have about an even chance. Just the way the macro mechanics work. But oh, here we go. Oh, these vultures are going to take a beating from these tanks. That was a bad move. Looks like only one vulture was lost.
Oh dear, and the SCV's just walked right in the middle of it all.
And that Dragoon's just going to... Oh. That barrage of siege cannon fire. What can you do? And another 3 zealots down for hardly any losses.
Vultures are just so swift.
Oh, they're stuck with that Dragoon!
Oh, incredible.
Oh, and the tanks are moving up. Aslanlol, he expected that.
Yeah.
And he was just so ready to pull back. He's just got such a commanding force of Dragoons right now with 2 armor upgrades and 2 weapon upgrades compared to only 1 armor and 1 weapon upgrades. You know, it's not looking good.
It's not at all looking good for Diggs.
And that observer's spotting the mines.
It's interesting that Aslan's chosen to remain relatively static for the entire game. Not so much of the attacking or really doing anything other than massing his troops.
Yeah, I think
we'll see if that strategy's going to work out for him.
And population-wise, he's slightly ahead with 135 to 122. So that's a small lead, although quite a lot of that's probably sunk in probes in his third expansion.
Yeah.
Now this observer's spotting the whole force. Is it going to notice this missile turret going up? Oh, and the Dragoon force just took a beating. Oh! Oh, and these mines, if he doesn't move them...
Oh dear, the zealots are coming in though. Making mincemeat of these siege tanks.
These siege tanks aren't very well spread. Moving out of siege mode, and they're just going to finish off those last zealots.